Welcome to another episode of Listen Up Sacramento. I am your host, Guy Alton, and I have a very popular band coming out of Sacramento. If you haven't heard of them before, you're definitely going to hear about them now. I have the O'Mulligans. Let's get into it, guys. So, first off, how did you guys meet?
We met while we were in high school, and we were playing individually in other bands, and we kind of came together to form What is the O'Mulligans?
What is the O'Mulligans? Okay. Now,
and we're still asking ourselves that question.
So, first off, what were the band's names that you guys were in?
Oh, no one cares.
Mike.
I was in a band called Soda Voce, and then we had a member of that band went to high school with these two.
Okay.
And then Jeff and I were also in a band called The Ignorance.
Ignorance, okay. Now, from those two bands, you got the O'Mulligans. How did you guys come up with your name?
Well, when we were young and dumb, we were very into like the Dropkick Murphys, and we just thought it would be hilarious to have an Irish name, because we're obviously a very Irish band, you know. And I don't know why it was funny, but it's a bad tattoo that's stuck with us for 20 years now, and we'd really like to change our name. So if anybody out there like has an idea for a better name, 20 years we haven't got something better. So help us, please.
You're spoken like a true band, true rock band, right?
That's how we know.
My next question is, individually, how long have you guys been playing music? So you guys started in high school?
Yeah, I started playing when I was 14, so a long time ago.
Yeah, I was 8 in elementary school to do like the first elementary school band with a snare drum. And then I know my parents wouldn't buy me a drum set until I could actually play like in the band because they didn't want all that racket. So
right.
I didn't get a drum set till I was 13. So it took me a while to get
it's like a puppy. You had to learn how to take care of it first.
Oh, I still don't play. I just pretend on stage. I use backing tracks and pretend.
All right. My next question is, what is some of your biggest inspirations as far as like musical style?
Jeff, go ahead.
Well, our musical taste was definitely formed in the 90s, so we're very much into a lot of the pop punk from then, a lot of the East Bay bands like Green Day and Operation Ivy, and the more mainstream radio rock from the 90s. Obviously, Nirvana was big to us, and then some of the later stuff to the post-grunge era, I guess. So we play music that is catchy and fast and funny is always what we're going for. Catchy, fast, funny. That's what we want to be.
You said post-grunge, so like Korn, a little bit of that style.
I wish.
Yeah, we do love us some Korn, but
everyone loves Korn.
Every practice, I just shout, "Are you ready?"
And then Mike always does the yeah.
Yeah, I think there's certain bands that we definitely have stuck with, like small bands like Nerf Herder or the Vandals, that we definitely kind of see as big influences. NoFX, but yeah, a lot of the just kind of like 90s pop rock that was also there's stuff that we just can't hate, like Gin Blossoms or Eve Six, Sugar Ray,
Goo Dolls, Everclear.
All good bands.
I keep trying to do Pearl Jam, but they won't humor me on that.
This guy is a huge.
Back to Seattle.
So you guys have been playing together for 20 years. What has been some of your challenges?
This guy.
It's always that one member, right?
It's coming out now.
David and I have a very much like a marriage where we get angry at each other in practice, then afterwards we're like, you want to go get dinner, and then have a good night. But I think that we're always either always too late or too early for the scene. We do things that we were too late for the pop punk once we actually really started playing, and then we'll do a song that we feel like, oh, this is really catchy, and then it'll be lost in the ether, and then that whatever we sing about will become popular, and we're going, wow.
Now we're just too old and too ugly.
Yeah, now we're too old, and that's what.
Don't forget fat.
And that's been tough too. Is like now the songs we're writing definitely have like an old man, old man yells at cloud vibe to it.
Okay, that actually brings me to a question I want to ask you guys. being from Sacramento, coming out of Sacramento, do you feel any type of pressure at all, or does it have any special meaning being a Sacramento band, right? Because we always hear some of these very popular bands, you know, L.A., New York, right? Some out of Atlanta, you know. But I would say, you know, being from Sacramento, we don't have a lot of, you know, big bands coming out of Sacramento. So being a, you know, band from Sacramento, what does that mean to you guys? Or, you know, like, do you feel any added pressure, or does it just, you know, when you're out there performing, do you just, you know, do you feel like you have to make your sound unique to, you know, get people to kind of realize, okay, this is a sound coming out of Sacramento?
I think we don't put a whole lot of thought into what others, you know, might want from us or like from us. You know, obviously, first and foremost is like, how do we feel about the music? And, you know, I think as far as like coming out of Sacramento, there's been so many great bands in Sacramento, and there still are so many great bands in Sacramento. It's just hard to kind of get heard above all the noise. You know, unfortunately, I feel like the scene can be a little cliquey at times too, and we'd love to, you know, break through that. I mean, we've been on a bunch of different bills, you know, where it's like, oh, we're playing with metal bands, we're playing with hip hop acts, and sometimes those are like the most exciting things for us, just because we know we don't sound like those bands, and you know, it's like, okay, that's awesome, we're going to get heard in front of at least new people, and
right.
Sometimes that alone can be difficult when you have kind of the same people just showing up, and it's like, we're happy they're there, but at the same time, it's like, we would love to, you know, introduce ourselves to other audiences.
Right. Okay. What about you? Anything to add to that, or just what you said?
You know, the great thing about being from Sacramento is that there's no pressure to go pro. We love Sacramento, and we love where we're at as a band, and like, I love local music, and like, I hope everybody go enjoy some local music. You know, people go to arena shows and big shows, but there's so much great music in town. I mean, pretty much every night of the week, there's something awesome going on. So whatever your flavor is, it's here. And I hope everybody goes and checks us out.
I love that, man. And with that brings me into my final question. What has been one of the most memorable performances so far in you guys' career? Like a performance that still to this day, where you guys were, it kind of made you realize this is why we started it in high school. This is why we do what we do.
Man, I mean, there's been a lot of good stuff. I mean, we've been fortunate to play like concerts in the parks where we're playing in front of more people than we ever thought we would. Whether or not they were listening, I don't know. They're probably getting corn dogs or something. But that's okay, because they're there and that counts. But then again, there's like shows where we're playing for 5 people, but maybe there's like some 7-year-old kid who wants to like just rock out on stage, and we'll let them because that's rad.
Right.
So it doesn't really matter how many people are there. The most memorable ones are kind of like the most interesting shows, I think, for us, where it's just like, we don't know what's going to happen, or, you know, something weird, or, you know, something bad happens. Who knows?
Right.
But it's always, I think, a good time when we're playing.
Yeah, absolutely. And I really love, really what I love is every show is great with the bands that we play with, a lot of the local bands. We really become good friends with them, and we show up for them, and we show up, and they show up for us. And I think that's makes the local scene amazing. There are a few bands out there that, like, oh, the Enlows are playing, we're gonna go see the Enlows, and we're not even on the bill, we'll just go see them.
Right, for support.
And I think that makes being in a band great, because we really do support each other, and that's what I love about being together with these 2 guys for over 20 years, is that also we show up for each other and love these guys like brothers, and I wouldn't be here if, like, I'm in this band for 20 years because I love these guys. No, it's great. I mean, it's great playing with these 2 guys, and we've every Wednesday we're at practice for 20 years. Like, we haven't stopped, and I think that's really makes me happy.
Yeah.
Wow, deep words there.
Yeah.
Deep.
Beat
You
that.
got me all emotional, Michael.
I love you. Beat it.
You never said that to me. Here in front of all these people. Now you say that to me. We're gonna talk later.
No, that was really beautiful. You guys make me want to be in a band. You know, just to
Should.
find that. You know,
Join the band a bit.
listen. I can play a mean trombone.
You don't even have to play guitar. I don't.
No, I mean, we have an open hype man position. So, you know, send us your application. if you've got a talent reel, our people will reach out to your people. And
We're going to talk after the performance. We're going to talk after the performance. Well, thank you so much, man. I can't wait to get into it. So without further ado, let's get into the band. Here is the O'Mulligans. Check it out.
We are the O'Mulligans from Sacramento, California. I got the beer, I got the soda, we crank some tunes on the stereo. Yeah. Pizza, 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 pizza night. Pizza, 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 pizza night. New York style, Chicago deep dish, or Little Caesars 'cause it's cheap. Yeah. Pizza, 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 pizza night. Pizza, 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 pizza night. Listen up, Sacramento. We are the O'Mulligans. Woo! No war movies, no gangsta flicks. Nothing before 1996. Nothing with my man named Tom Cruise. You wanna see no depressing plight? Better make sure it's not black and white. As long as everybody looks nice and clean. These are the rules for a movie night. You wanna end up in a fight, you're probably gonna fall asleep anyway. No animation from Japan, no Empire lesbians, no Bruce Willis kicking butt, no French New Wave or avant-garde. Must be on a rated or rated R. Runtime under 2 hours. These are the rules for a movie night. Don't wanna end up in a fight, you're probably gonna fall asleep anyway. And now it's time to compromise. Something we've seen a million times. Keep it funny, but not too long. Looks like we've settled on the Royal Tenenbaum. The Royal Tenenbaum. The Royal Tenenbaum. Maybe the life aquatic. The Royal Tenenbaum. I think I'd rather watch the life aquatic. The Royal Tenenbaums. These are the rules for a movie night. Don't wanna end up in a fight, we're probably gonna fall asleep anyway. Those were the rules for a movie night. We still wound up in a fight. I'll be in the bathroom if you need me.
That's a song called Movie Night.
yeah, it was.
We got some more. Here's a song called Rotten Chord.
I bang my head against the wall. I have no ideas at all. I'm running dry again. I stay down at this thing. It's frustrated, impotent with a raid. I can't create a prevention of the game. They say that I can't feel the pain if I just close my eyes satisfaction, nothing gained. They say that I can't feel this pain if I just close my eyes and believe. Watch TV, buy more things. Go to church, I'm questioning the value of an unreflected life. We're all alright, we're all alright, we're all alright, we're all alright. Oh, why don't you sing one, David?
Well, all right. If I have to.
Yes, you do.
Well, fine then. Here's a song called Grunge.
This hurts, you're the worst. All your friends that always want you, he's a jerk. You love him, you don't know why. Mistakes, disgrace. You'll never want to see his stupid face. Who will hold you when he makes you cry? And all your friends have said so long. They won't be there when he's gone. And all your love sounds running out. Reject, regrets, all those promises and they were never kept. Just to show you it was all a lie and same as pain. You'll never think that it will go away, but don't worry, you will not die. When all your friends have said so long, they won't be there when it's gone. And all your love sounds running out. Relationships come to an end, then you'll be alone again. No, your love had just run out. This hurts, you're the worst. All your friends that always want you here for church. Do you love them? You don't know why. And same as pain. You'll never think that it will go away, but don't worry, cause you will not die. And all your friends have said so long, they won't be there when it's gone. And all your love starts running out. Relationships come to an end, then you'll be alone again. And all your love had just run out.
Woo! Look at all those people going wild out there. Yeah, thanks for moshing, guys.
They got their own little mosh pits at home.
Yeah, that's
Hell
cool.
yeah.
I mean, yeah. Mosh like it's the pandemic and you can't go outside. Speaking of which, the last thing we recorded was an album of songs that were all under a minute. It was called Done in 60 Seconds. And then the pandemic hit, and we just kind of sat on it, and we're like, what are we going to do? We wanted to play shows, and like, just had to put it out digitally. So we'd like to play some of those Done in 60 Second songs for you now.
Grocery store won't go there anymore, 'cause I haven't got the time to stand around in my mind. I check right around with the ball book. Well, security guys are gonna meet up there. Looks gonna lay here on the floor and have everything delivered right to my door. Goddamn that shit, but I know stuff I need. The Mountain Dew, country peanut butter, just as big as I'm not leaving this house. No, I'm not leaving this house. No, I'm not leaving this town. If burritos rule the world, I'd be their human slave. I'd harvest their beans, I would shred their cheese. Living on the scrap, the kids left for me. Sleepless with the fear of the killing that eat at me. My burrito, overload my burrito, overload my burrito, overload my burrito, overload.
Basic or Kasich?
Bringing up the record, opening up the sleeve. Gonna see you do what we're win. See, no one really cares about the line. I know it's like the way we used to back then. Would you know? Would you know? Would you know? We could kiss it, produce that too. Thank you, man, saying my family and friends supporting us. Sometimes it's a tear. Butch, Rick, Jerry, Ryan, George, I'm it's better when it's our career. Would you know? Would you know? Would you know? We could kiss it, produce that too. Would you know? Would you know? Would you know? We could kiss it, produce that too.
There you go.
Yeah.
3-minute long songs.
Yeah.
Less than a minute, probably.
Probably
Who
less.
knows?
Yeah. So much bang for your buck. Especially because it's free. Streaming. We're on all the major streaming services, right?
Yeah.
Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube,
Napster.
Napster. We're the worst sounding
Huzzah.
album on the hi-fi one. Was that Qbuzz, Deezer, or something, or Twizzle Sticks? I don't know.
Gotta get on that TikTok though.
Oh yeah.
Here's a song about stuff in a faraway land a long time ago.
The farm boy that I once was back on Tatooine. I am a Jedi Knight just like my father before me. Running up in Senator, I once was back on Naboo. I can feel your hatred and your anger growing inside you. Your overconfidence is your weakness. Your faith in your friends is yours. Just feel good at him, I can feel it. Witness the dark side of the force. Strike me down! Strike me down! Strike me down! You are wrong, your highness. I will never be like you. I'll be balanced to the force, and I will save my father too. Listen up, my young apprentice, I have seen your destiny. Strike me down in your journey to the dark side, I will be complete. Your overconfidence is your weakness. Your faith in your friends is yours. Just feel good in him, I can feel it. Witness the dark side of the force. Your overconfidence is your weakness. Your faith in your friends is yours. Just feel good in him, I can feel it. Witness the dark side of the force. Strike me down! Strike me down! Strike me down! Yeah! This battle station is quite operational. Witness the dark side of the force. Overconfidence is your weakness. Your faith in your friends is yours. Feel good in him, I can feel it. Witness the dark side of the force. Strike me down.
Hey, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. We're the O'Mulligans. Check us out. Check out Out Loud Records. Drop us a line. Say hi.
Here's a song.
I'm so sick of you. Starting can't handle the taxi. Don't find some other real estate. Why don't you try to make yourself something? Why don't you try to get yourself on? You hear it's nicer, not a hug. Go on and pack your things. Go, go, go. You wanna raise your kids, something better. When you say better, it's so wider. Why don't you just make yourself something? Why don't you just get yourself gone? Why don't you just make yourself something? Why don't you just get yourself off? Why don't you just make yourself something? Why don't you just get yourself off?
All right. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you for watching Listen Up Sacramento, and I want to give a special thanks to the O'Mulligans. You guys have anything you want to say to the guests out there?
Thank you very much for tuning in, and you can check us out on Facebook because we're old men, or you can do what's cool and check us out on all the streaming services.
Until next time.